Good afternoon, my name is Sarah Hajpavli and I am a wedding celebrant based in Greece. I live on the island of Rhodes and I write and create unique destination wedding ceremonies for couples who've chosen Greece as the venue for their wedding. All the ceremonies I create are written from scratch, and my process is I get to learn a little of your story and I start to get writing, and we create together the ceremony that you've always dreamt of. And today I thought it was about time that I came on live to really talk to you about the process, how it works, how we work together, and why would you actually think to consider to have a wedding celebrant officiate your destination wedding in Greece. Now, the ceremonies I create are officially known as symbolic ceremonies, meaning that there is no legal paperwork done on the day. Most couples choosing this route will actually go along to their local registry office before they travel to Greece and get married. That means they will sign the paperwork on the dotted line, and then they will be freed up to have a celebrant-led ceremony anywhere in Greece. It saves on the paperwork, it saves on the stress, and it really means that you can use totally unrestricted venues. Obviously, if you choose to have a civil ceremony in Greece, you will have to at your wedding, you will have an officiant who will be legally appointed by the local authorities, such as the mayor or the registrar, and they will be performing a scripted version, very much like it is in your own country. They will come along, there will be a simple script, it will take 5 to 10 minutes, and it really cannot be personalized very much. It can be in a small ways. You can possibly have a reading, normally they tell you what it is, and you can perhaps have your own vows, but otherwise it is very simple. Nothing wrong with that, and there are obviously absolutely thousands of couples that choose this route. They want to do the paperwork on the day, and this is the most important thing for them. But for couples out there that are thinking and looking about the types of ceremonies they could have if they've chosen Greece, this is the other option, a celebrant-led wedding. And we said it's symbolic, but it doesn't feel symbolic. It doesn't feel symbolic in any way. It's just like your classic wedding. It can be classic, it can be traditional, it can be just as you've always dreamed it. And of course, you can personalize it. So as a celebrant, my job is to get to know you a little. And my process for this is once we've met, and I never really book any weddings without meeting the couple first. And normally we meet online on one of the apps, whether it be Skype or WhatsApp. The reason being that, of course, I'm based in Greece and you're planning your weddings from afar. So either your wedding planner will contact me directly or you will contact me directly, and we'll have a chat about what you're planning. What are your dreams for your special day? That's where it starts. And when it starts like this, you decide if you like me, because that's the most important thing. It is really important for couples choosing this type of ceremony that they choose a celebrant that suits them. Somebody that they're happy to stand up with and in front of their family and friends, and somebody who is going to work together with them to create the ceremony that they had in their minds. That's what it's all about. Now, with a celebrant-led ceremony, it means that you don't have to use official venues. Of course, if official venues are used, there's nothing wrong with that either. But of course, the ceremony will have more substance. Will have more to it. And it is also a great solution for couples that want to include a little faith in their ceremony, or if they want to include some elements from their culture, from their traditions, then of course a celebrant is ready to work with you. And me as a person, if I don't know about certain cultural traditions, I'm happy to learn. I'm always looking out for something different. And so you teach me a little and I get to learn. And of course it can be incorporated in your day. So that's the difference between a standard civil ceremony where you provide all the paperwork required by law, and you have it officially translated and you send it down and you have it apostle stamped, and you submit it, and then of course you can have the registrar come along and you can sign the legal paperwork on the day. But with my ceremonies, they don't have any legal paperwork on the day at all. Of course, a lot of couples do like to have a symbolic signing, which means, of course, during the ceremony, we can call your witnesses forward, and it is basically a commemorative certificate of the ceremony that you will be signing. But it's a lovely reminder, and it just kind of completes the ceremony for some couples. So you can have that if you wish. Unique ceremonies, we say unique ceremonies. I think I need to clarify really what that's all about, because there are couples that want to include different elements, and there's so many intimate and romantic elements that can be included in your ceremony if you choose a celebrant. Last year, Greek island weddings, of course, trending, I would say, perhaps that's the word, were the Unity Sand ceremony, where you can have coloured sands that are poured into a central vessel, and your family or your friends can take part, and you each pour a little in, one after the other, and it's really there to represent your unifying you together as partnership. Sands can't be pulled apart, so it's blending of the sands and showing you the strong bond that you are going to have as you move forward as partners for life. And ultimately, at the end of your ceremony, you'll have a lovely little jar with lots of coloured sands in it, and it'll be something that you can take home and remember your special day every day of the week, because you can have it displayed in your home. That's just a small example, but there are so many examples out there of ideas that you can include in your wedding if you have a celebrant. The world is your oyster. There is no restrictions. I said it already. So examples, a rose ceremony. You can exchange flowers, show your love to each other with your family and friends watching. That's perfect also for a vow renewal. Lovely. A lovely reminder. You may have been together some time, you're celebrating a special anniversary, and you want to show your other half how much you really love them. So that could be a rose ceremony, or any type of flower ceremony, maybe a flower of your own choice. Another idea is a ring warming. So many people haven't heard of that, but in a wedding, when you have your wedding bands, before you do the ring exchange, you can have them passed around your family and friends where they're sitting down. They can even be passed along a cord if you like, and each person who's present at that wedding will hold them just for a little while in their hands and just send you all the love and support that they've got in their hearts at that for your special day. What a lovely thing is that. Other ideas, let me come to mind. Hand fasting. This is the original way to tie the knot. Back in the day, in the rural villages, they didn't have clergymen and vicars available for everybody when they wanted to get married. And for the people that didn't have that sort of money to call these particular officiants to their rural places, they would just tie themselves together, and that would be representative of their marriage. That's where the phrase comes, the tying of the knot. So hand fasting at a modern contemporary wedding can be involving family and friends once more. They can come forward. We can use coloured ribbons. We can use cords. I particularly like to use the colours of Greece, white and blue. But I mean, couples, you choose your own colours. You choose how many people you want to have. And it's a really moving moment. It's something really very special to have something like a hand fasting. Anyway, I only really wanted to come on today to give you a little bit of wedding inspiration for couples that are now at this moment. It's a lot of couples now working out what they're going to do. They've decided they're going to get married in Greece, and now they're looking out for ideas of what they want to do. And they've discussed this with their wedding planners, and they really, now it's the time that you start to think about what you're going to do at your wedding ceremony, because of course you've sorted out the flowers, you've got the photographer, you've got the catering, you found your hotel, you've got the clothes, and then you've come all this way. You're choosing to come to Greece, and you're bringing your family and friends with you. You should really remember that the ceremony is the most important part of the day. It's that moment when you actually stand up in front of your family and friends and exchange vows and exchange rings, and you move forward. That's the moment in time when you actually move forward as partners for life. So don't forget the ceremony. Look at the options. You know, there are options out there. Of course, there's nothing wrong with a civil wedding. They will carry on and on and on, and that is a way a lot of couples will go. But there's an awful lot of couples out there that are looking for something different, and that's what I'm all about. I'm really there to do really what you want. It's all about you and your special day in Greece. Where can I go? How do I travel around? As I say, I'm based on the island of Rhodes, but I go anywhere you like. Obviously, some places are easier to get to than other places, but we have a lot of flights out of Rhodes, a lot of small islands around Rhodes as well. And of course, I travel very regularly to Athens and the Athenian Riviera. We have a lot of wonderful venues out there on the coast, going from the suburbs of Athens out to the temple, the Cape Sunion and the Temple of Poseidon. So that's a lot of venues out there. We have flights, I think it's 5 or 6 flights a day to Athens. And of course, I can go to any of the major islands, a lot of the very famous islands, Santorini and Mykonos. I'm off there this year several times. Crete, the largest island, that's another place where several weddings this year. And then some of the smaller islands. Nothing I love more than a small traditional Greek island, something really, really lovely, which really hasn't been commercialized in any way. Yesterday, I just spoke to a young couple who are going to get married on the beautiful little island of Halki. Tiny little island located just off the west coast of Rhodes, one of my favourite spots. And it's going to be just them and me. And it's going to be what would be described as a very intimate ceremony. And I can't wait. So this was it really today, just to come on to give you an idea of what you can have. What is a celebrant-led ceremony? It's a symbolic ceremony. It doesn't have any legal paperwork done on the day. It doesn't feel symbolic. It can be for a large wedding with lots and lots of people. It can be for a tiny wedding with the couple only themselves. It can be for a vow renewal, whether it be your first anniversary or your 50th anniversary. It doesn't matter. Where is it going to be? At a villa, on a beach, at a hotel, at a winery. I've got several wineries this year. It can be at the venue of your choice. So that was it. So my name is Sarah Hajpavli. My business is called Grecian Ceremonies. You will find me on Instagram, Facebook, my website, www.grecianceremonies.gr. Contact me via message or via email and just set up a discussion about your special day. I've been in Greece a long time, and you have absolutely no obligation to use me when we have a chat, but certainly I might be able to give you some advice. So that's it. Bye for now.